Hey guys, it's Elisa. So I'm here with another video. So today I'm going to be going over like the basics of what you need to start needle felting. I'll make a series of videos showing, what type of wool and stuff to use, more specific things. But right now this is just going to be like an introductory video on what kind of stuff you can use and what kind of stuff you can do without for starting needle felting. So first and foremost, you need to have needle felting needles. So it's really important that you understand that needle felting needles are not the same as regular needles. So I'll show you one of these ones here. So I'm trying to get close up for it to focus so that you can understand. So needle felting needles have barbs on them which agitate the wool, making it stick together and form shapes. So you cannot take a normal sewing needle and start needle felting. So hopefully that question doesn't pop up in the comments box. So there are just regular needle felting needles that you can get at Daiso. So this is what they look like, and they just come in a pack of 4 for $2. It's a good deal for when you're starting, but these needles are not great for everything. So where I get my needles from is feltingalive.com, and I'll put the info in the description box, but I get them online, and the reason why I like the needles from Felting Alive is because she color coats them with a rubber. So first off, it's easier to hold, as well as you know exactly what they're for. So yellow is the all-around felting needle, so you can use that for pretty much everything. This is for attaching parts. This is for small details, which is blue, and red is for finishing, so to get rid of all those fuzzies at the end of it. So once you have a felting needle, another important thing to have is a foam pad so that you don't stab yourself. So this is purchased again from feltingalive.com, but you don't need to have this exact foam pad to use it. You just need something so that first off you won't stab yourself, and second you won't break your needles on a hard surface. So you can use things just like a normal sponge if you don't have a big pad like this, as well as if you're not doing as large of needle felts, then you can get away with something like this. As well as I also got this piece of foam. Sorry, it's really dirty, it's really gross, but I'll just show you guys. And I got this from Michael's, so this was right near the polyester batting, and so this is something that you'd usually stuff pillows and any other sort of crafts with. So you can use this as well, but it's not as dense as a foam thing that you can buy specifically for needle felting. So the needles will still come through, but it'll still slightly guard you from breaking them. So you can get that, and you can get that at Michael's. Okay, so now that we've gone over the needles and the foam pad, what you're going to need is something to needle felt. So you'll need wool. So there are different kinds of wool that you can get. So this is a wool batting. So all the fibers are already pointing in different directions, as you can see. So you can use this for needle felting, and it does needle felt very fast. As well as there's another option. You can get wool roving, and it's difficult to see the difference on camera, but sorry, I just touched the camera here. You can see that all the fibers are lined up, and it's kind of in like a string type. It's not like knitting wool or anything like that. It's still loose roving, but all the fibers are facing the same direction, compared to, again, the batting, which is kind of in sheets like that. I'm not going to get into which one is better in this video, but there are those two options. I honestly, for all around, prefer wool roving, but it's just a personal preference. So other than wool, another important thing you can use is polyester batting, and this is important if you're going to be making really large needle felt plushies and stuff like that, just because wool is really expensive. So if you use polyester batting for the inside core, then you can save a lot of money. However, using polyester batting isn't always the best idea when you are trying to do something really detailed. So I'll show you the different comparisons. So this is a ball. I made this out of polyester batting, so I'll cover it in wool. But that is something really easy that you can do with that. It's just polyester batting is harder to needle felt compared to wool. But for something like this, where I'm trying to get a base, who can guess what this is going to be? But this is something that you'd want to use core wool for, so all white wool is just a good idea to use as a core. And this is because you need a lot more detail in the base. So this is when I would suggest using core wool. I tried not to get too far into that. I really didn't want to get into that in this video, but I can't help it. I love talking about needle felting. So where I get my wool roving, and my favorite place to get my wool roving, is a website called Bear Dance Crafts. And so this is local to British Columbia, Canada. So what I like about it is that I order it online. She's got great prices. She offers the wool roving and it's really amazing quality. She has a website, an Etsy, and a blog. But also, just because the shipping is super fast, when I order from her, because I live in Vancouver, BC, I get my wool within the next 2 days, which is amazing. So if you live near me or you don't and you just are looking for some really good wool roving in amazing colors, please check her shop out, and she's great customer service as well. So this is where I always get my wool roving when I can. But otherwise, I think that is everything that you'll need to start needle felting. There are different kinds of tools, so I don't know if you guys can tell, but I made this myself. So this is a multi-tool. I just stuck a whole bunch of cheap Daiso needles inside some clay and baked it, so then I can needle felt extra fast. And then I also got this online, and this tool is really interesting because it's really good for just smoothing things out and flattening things, or if you want to needle felt a sheet. So it's got a plastic guard, and then how many needles is that? 2, 4, 6, 7? 7 needles in there. And so the way it works is you push down and this thing comes up, and then the needles go into the wool. And I really like this because it smooths things out and it pushes down the flyaways as you're needle felting, so then you don't have to be pushing it down with your fingers. So I think that's really cool. I think that's everything for the basics on needle felting. If you guys have any like simple characters that you guys would like me to do a tutorial on, I would really be happy to do that because I just love needle felting. And if you guys have any questions as well, please let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.